We have to go like this. Man, imagine if we didn't name Demon here. Alright, we're excruciating both of the decks. And our opponent needs to win in a single turn. I think they missed their spot. I mean, it's either Excruciator or all the other cards. What a choice for our mono-red player. Let's test his knowledge about Magic meta. Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today we are going for Dimir Control that ranked 3rd in the MTGO League, and I have to say, whenever I see Dimir Control in high places, like, I always have to try this. So you are getting full sideboard for this one, so you don't need to ask in the comments, and we are going with the good old Doomsday Excruciator Jace combo in a very heavy control shell. Man, we also play Intrude on the Mind, like, this is my birthday. So guys, if you want to support the channel, Patreon, subscribe, like, and most of all, enjoy some Magic today. Alright, let's start discarding some cards, I guess. I don't really mind it, but I hate being on the draw. Like, especially when you get flooded on top. Like, Shuffler, please, like, chill the hell out. Like, 8 lands in 11 cards. Like, we actually played 3 non-land cards this game. Like, this is beyond ridiculous. What the hell? Man, the fun part, I actually didn't pay attention to my opponent single time this game. All I see is just, you know, Shuffler things. I think we go with Sewers to make sure, man, cut down. Wow, the crazy value of this first non-land draw. Do we just want to go for this? No. I like my go for the throws, but we need something better. We need way more. Like, we need one Jace, basically that's it. We play this, they know about Excruciator. And let's make it that they draw a little bit slower. They probably have Sheoldred and stuff. Okay, this is fine. I absolutely don't mind it. They will have more mana. Man, I think even despite this absolutely abysmal draw, all we need to do is draw one Jace and we'll win this game. They have Duresses though, so that's something we need to kinda consider. And I think this is the moment to cut down. This will force a weaker turn on the next turn. I literally discarded it second ago. Oh my god, bro. So we can go. You know what? I'm going with Excruciator. Like, I don't care. We are just trying to mill this guy. So 4 lands from the top. Well, we definitely helped him get better draws. So my plan is to just smash Excruciator, do not care, and go for the Reef and win the game like that, or just draw Jace in the last 6 cards. And I think it will work. Intrude on. Alright, Intrude on the Mind is something. It is something, you know? Alright, Shuffler. You gave me enough hope to actually try to play this out. Because if we hit one Jace in those piles, that should be enough. Let's resolve. The problem is that they sit. So we will have to really value Jace super high. Like 1 Jace to 4 different cards, and I think that's what we will do. I actually think we will go with 3 damage on this turn. This is a very important turn. We don't want to tap, we don't want to show them that we don't have interaction. And we want to get some value with Intrude on the Mind. See, now they are playing small creatures. And just small plays that, if we counter it, basically they don't super care. That's how they try to play this out. And that's a smart one. However, now we have a free turn to get our cards. We can also hit double Jace, which means every pile will get a Jace. I wonder if they have Duress. So, if we take this, we have a very good counter spell. I honestly don't crazy care about it. We want land in every pile. I think this kinda makes sense, right? Let's go like this. Let's see. If I wanted to make it perfect, I would need to like think for 1 extra minute, but I think this is like 99% of what it should be. We didn't hit Jace, which is unfortunate. And we got the counter spell pile, sure. And we get a 3-3, so that will help on the next turn a little bit. They are thinking about removing it with... well, go for the throat won't work. It has to be Bitter Triumph or something. This is interesting. We could actually just go for the full control gameplay if we want. Because we can get rid of all the Dread Knights. You know what? This is a pretty good play. Let's Smork. Our opponent, I hoped for some reaction. It's not reasonable to expect reaction, but I still did. So yeah, let's go maybe for this. Should be easy enough. So now the Dread Knights will get exiled permanently, which means that it will be very hard for him to get this never-ending card advantage. So that will force some stronger plays that they were basically hiding from now. Alright, see? So that was the bitter triumph. Tear Asunder. Now we also know exactly what they have, and that's a huge deal. We have enough removal to just kill everything, and they have shown the last card. Pick your poison. This is an interesting one. Alright, definitely play the land. Are we ready? We will never attack with the Reef. They're smart, they know how to play against it. So I think we actually have to chill. They will get those fish, which is annoying. Like, this will stack and it will force us with... Whoa. Okay, I love it. This is better. I might even consider cycling 3 steps ahead. Man, all we need is single Jace and the game is ours. We just need to somehow survive until Shaffer will bless us with a Jace. Very interesting. I mean, this is a decent counterspell target. The rest gets hit by, you know... Yeah, I would probably cast it even if they didn't play a spell, so this is as good as it gets for me. I just need to cycle cards. Phantom Interference is decent, and here's the Jace that wins the game. Alright, let's count the mana. 3, 6. I think we won on spot, right? This is 6 mana and this is 3 mana. That means probably we... Man, my voice. That means probably we don't need Phantom Interference, but I will still go for this. And that's why it was so important to cycle those cards. So they will kill Excruciator instantly, and they will kill Jace instantly, but they still will draw a card. And they will still lose on the next turn. Man, this combo is so good at closing games. And they know, if you play the Excruciator, they know what the second part of the combo is. And I mean, let's roll. Let's roll. Oh, this is so good, man. Like, I kind of feel for my opponent, because if you don't play counter spells, there's literally nothing you can do about it. Like, it's very similar to Muxus, right? I think that was the name of the card in Historic. Like, you needed to play counter spells to deny the value. They draw a card before while they can, basically. And yeah, now they are thinking, well, did this guy just draw Jace? And the answer is yes. You cannot fight against it. Submit to the Phyrexia. And some demons, you know, demons also helped. So yeah. So if we pass the turn right now, we lose the game. So let's not do it. Let's do it instantly while they cannot answer, and they can answer for the first time after we use the ability to try to mitigate some of this, but there's no way. There's just no way, my friend. Give me all your last cards. And here you go. Man, this is so good. Going first, triple Reef, Shuffler is fine, and double go for the throat. I mean, sure, buddy, sure. Honestly, we still don't mind it super much, as long as we have enough removal. And I think we go actually like this. You know what? I will risk it for the biscuit, because we probably want to remove creature after the pump anyway. So this is probably the turn when they set up, and then they will pump. See, this is a setup turn, so we actually didn't lose anything here. Man, this is such a bad draw. Oh, I'm getting flooded already. Man, all but 3 cards are lands this game. So really bad. What can I say? Let's go with the Reef. It shouldn't matter too much, but we'll see. Our opponent is just a, you know, high quality, competitive mythic player, which means not decking mono red. Deduce is actually insanely good draw. Alright, I mean, this is what we needed. We can use it fully, it pairs perfectly with Go for the Throat, and then we'll see what we'll draw. But this is extremely good draw. And our opponent is actually slowly out of options. When we start going into more cutdowns, like, they won't be able to go through. So they were calculating Cliffa and deciding if that's enough to kill us. And the answer for them was, well, not yet. One more. Is that really... Man, what's up with the Shuffler? 11 cards, 4 reefs. I mean, sure, bro. Sure, why not? Is that another land? Is there possibility to draw more? Deadly cover-up, alright. Alright, here you are. And this is the flute of the center already. I think we go with land. Because we have so many rifts, like there's literally no point in playing any extra ones. We could go Jace, which means then we will die, you know? So that doesn't sound like the best plan to me. And I know it might seem that nothing is happening, but believe me, a lot. What the... Shuffler! What the hell, bro? More lands! I knew there would be a land at the top. Alright, man, this is crazy. We were basically playing a game of can I draw every single land from my deck before 30 cards. And so far we are on track to win this mini game. Alright, this is a good one. This is a good one. And every turn, like, we're stacking more and more. You can see that they are actually not doing anything. And the reason they are playing like this is because we have open mana at every point, so they know that probably this is multiple removal, and they're waiting until we tap out. Perfect. Alright, with this, we can actually start thinking about being aggressive. So I can go for the throat, cut down. They have so much mana, so they can unload all of this hand probably in a single turn. I know it's a little bit more epic, but I still have lands to play. So in like 2 turns I will be able to play Jace and all of this removal, and that's way more important. Oh, that's a nice shock to my face. Well, now he needs to do it 10 more times, or 9 more times. And here we are. I knew he will lose the patience. I mean, this could be a very nice Jace bait, but we are not ready. Well, we just want to keep trading cards. Here you go. Alright, another investment. We can start trading cards. We could also go Deadly Cover-Up, but then we cannot play everything. Interesting. 4 damage a turn. This could be a turn for Jace. They already invested part of their power. And for example, look at this. This figure would actually kill this. And we would get extremely ahead because of this. Counterspell is a huge deal. Alright, with Counterspell we can play differently. 3-5. We don't want to tap too heavily on this turn. So, if they go for 4 damage, that's fine. I think they have a lot of sellswords. I think they might have like even 2 or 3. That's why they are playing a little bit wasteful with them. So I will take 4 damage. Yep. Let's show them that we know. And this is 4 mana. That's quite a lot. Yeah, we take 4 damage. So that means they need to pump first. Sure. Because after we solve this, they don't have too much. I think they have Sleek Shot. They want to pump it and fling it before we go with our removal. And that, well, I guess you can remove it in response, right? Because it's not part of the cost as usual of sacrifice effects. It's actually part of the effect itself. Alright. So this has to be Deadly Cover-Up turn. Okay, insanely good draw. This is actually super good for us. Because this will be a heavy mana turn. This is 2 for 1. That saves our removal for the next spell, next creatures, and I think that should be it. Sure. So they want to deal 3, in total 4 damage, so we'll be at 10. And they're preparing for the fling probably. We can kill it in response if we care about it. So this will be what, 7? 7 damage is not as much as they think. I want to see how they deal the rest of the damage. I think we can take it. 7 damage is okay. That still means they need another creature to finish the job. Also, they did it main phase, but it's fine. We are not casting Jace on this turn. They have a lot of mana, so they can actually double equip Sleek Shot and just swing for 5, forcing us to use removal. And they're not playing it. That's huge. Alright, they wasted their big turn, man. That means we can start going with Jace. And that means extra cards, so we are extremely getting ahead. As you can see, this is very delicate, but you can slowly but surely drain them out of resources, and they have to go for one of the turns. Like, if they just do nothing, they fall off very quickly. So it's like balancing act of trying to get enough removal and like enough mana to keep them at bay, while also getting a little bit of advantage every turn. Our opponent, thinks about stifling our Jace trigger, but I don't think they have this in their deck. Alright, what were the cards, by the way? Pretty good ones, honestly. They want as many creatures as possible. Cut down, man, I'll be honest, like, this figure would be so much better here. Just because they can very easily pump all this power. And I think this is slowly the time they need to go. Like, they are waiting way too long. If we untap with Jace, man, that's so good for us. We keep drawing cards, and as you can see, like, we can trade card for card forever. So if we get enough card advantage, all of the cards they have won't matter at all. We are milling them already. At some point we'll actually get them to, you know, drawing 3 cards with every Jace. And they cannot really cast anything at this point. We have so much mana. This is nice. So we plus, and on the next turn we sacrifice Jace for -2, then we play another one, and we draw so many new cards. And sure, you can think that maybe we should attack with this, but this is a good way to lose the game. Like, this is, what, 5 turns of... It's basically cost 25 mana to do this. That's a lot. Now we can go for... You know what? Man, that's close. If they had one more card, we could just -2 and mill 6 cards. But here I think another Jace is just better. And see, every time we are getting more and more ahead. That's the second counter spell. And they only have 4 cards, so they are actually falling more and more behind. Here you go. More cards for us, and we have plenty of Jace, so we can absolutely go for it. After Excruciator, we can instantly attack with the Reef, by the way. Here we go. With Intrude on the Mind, we'll hit lands for the next turn. You can see that you don't need to be aggressive against this deck if they are trying to be patient. Basically, what their game plan was is hoping for our mistake, because I know this strategy. You just hope that your opponent will be impatient and he taps on one of the turns, because he doesn't respect your damage. But if someone knows exactly how much damage you can dish out and how many creatures with haste you can play, and keeps the mana, you are just falling more and more behind every single turn. I think this is a good moment to Intrude on the Mind. It also creates a creature, so it makes attacking us even harder. I think their strategy is to play Trick Shot. Let's go. I mean, it's either Excruciator or all the other cards. What a choice for our mono-red player. Let's test his knowledge about Magic meta. Alright, correct choice. Correct choice. But that still means we have a lot of stuff. Create a token. Do we want to live gain? We actually want. That's a good one. Alright. So I think they don't have too much stuff. I think we actually will try to mill them with Jace. This is 9 cards. So we need one more turn and we win the game. So okay, and they know about it. So they have to go. They have to go on this turn. We don't attack. And let's prepare for the onslaught, because this is the main turn of the game. We will get rid of Drag the Canal. 1 Phantom Interference for sure. 4 cards. See, they never used a Slick Shot during the whole game, because we kept them at this fine line of not being able to kill us ever. Man, this is crazy. They plotted it on turn 2. They never used it because they never had a moment when they can kill us during the whole game. I think we played it very nicely. Alright, let's open mana so they don't know if we have a counter spell. Their 3 mana play can be really strong. Alright. This feels like Lumra deck. That would make sense, right? Alright, that's a nice draw. And we definitely want to go for this one. Well, this kinda gives away our strategy, but I think it's still worth it. Our opponent might think that we're just a Demon Tribal. You know, nothing special going on here. Alright, a careful manual taps for 3 mana. Harvest. Alright. So be it. We would love to draw untap land. I mean, it doesn't matter super much. We actually might play Sewers. Our removal is not super perfect here. And they play a lot of colors. So that explains it. They play it because they actually want all the basics, so it's like the main deck. Let's go with those tap lands. They make our draws a little bit better. You know what? Theoretically, we could try to excruciate them and then go Reef instantly. I mean, it is kind of win con. I'm not sure about this decision. I honestly think that was bad call, probably. And this could be a cut down, probably. Alright, you got your counter spell. Liliana is definitely ultra annoying. And now they can play the other thing, but I guess they will probably crack the Harvest. For 2 mana, I'm not sure if there's anything like super meaningful. I don't see any... Okay, let's go like this. Right, this also affects priority, so I don't need to make manual stops. You don't really want to show that on 4 Dimir mana you have absolutely 0 stack interaction, and Liliana kinda drained it from us. The alternate way would be to actually resolve Liliana, but the ultimate would happen probably before we are ready, and that's actually a big deal. Alright, our opponent has a lot of mana and a lot of different colors, so this should be their big turn. I mean, if they place a creature, sure, that's a card advantage. I actually tried this card, Kaya and Atraxa, so that's how they try to close the game. Kaya will definitely be a problem. But you didn't sit with Portent of Calamity. So our opponent is... Oh, they're actually casting this? This is the last thing I would expect from them. You know what? I'll take it. You know, not ultra perfect, because we need this remover for Atraxa, but we also need to survive, so let's try to be mana efficient. And they need to discard 2 different cards. I would go for the ramp, and probably Zendikar. Like I guess they don't need more mana. Alright, one of them happened. The fact that we cannot play the Excruciator is excruciating. That's really bad, man. Alright. Oh man. I actually wanted to play this, but when they see Jace, they won't give us to them. That's really bad, man. Oh my god, I think we'll lose by single turn. Because we really needed to cast the Excruciator now, and then we went on the next turn, and this cannot kill us, but their next turn will. Unless they play Kaya. This is what... we cannot take double hit from those... what are you, Ox or something? Beast, just a beast. If they play Kaya, we can Edict it, but... This doesn't really matter. This is actually extremely good for us. They cannot read ahead with this. Alright, so this one is here. Man, this is rough. Jace is literally the card I want to play, but at the same time I need to, you know, try to mitigate this. I don't even have mana for the... Oh my god, they did not attack. That's glorious. Absolutely glorious. Alright, I honestly think we are going with this. Even though we could kill Atraxa with this, it doesn't matter. Alright, guys. Oh man, I think we actually win this because he didn't pressure enough. We have to go like this. Man, imagine if we didn't name Demon here. Alright, we're excruciating both of the decks. And our opponent needs to win in a single turn. I think they missed their spot. I think they could win, and they didn't go aggressive enough. Like right now we play Jace and we win, right? There is just no counterplay. The only counterplay is dealing 18 damage on this single turn, and I don't remember Atraxa having haste. Like she is 4 color, but she lacked the real color of standard, red, with haste. And that would actually make a difference here. But they still need to kill the Excruciator, right? Alright, so yeah, I think that's kinda it. I don't really see an option to lose the game. They may play Kaya, steal Excruciator, hit us for 6. They can even probably amplify, maybe deal 10 somehow. And I think that's it. They cannot deal 18, and that means Jace on the next turn. Man, it's kinda crazy that we actually skipped playing Intrude on the Mind fully. Just to get one good card. Because one good card is literally all we need this game. Here's the... yeah, they gave up. They gave up. Or they are taking the risk. I mean, they can shuffle all of those cards. They decided to not take them. And our opponent is like, do you have it? And we're like, yep, I have it. I do have it. So let's keep some of Jace's loyalty for the next game. And here it is. I honestly think they threw this game, which is weird because they are really high ranked. Okay, and that was Dimir for today. I have to say I was super excited to try this one out, and in a huge part because I've seen Intrude on the Mind in this deck list, and it was like, man, whenever I played this spell and like I split those parts, it's like, yeah, this is magic. Like we are playing, we are cooking, and I really enjoyed seeing this in some of the, you know, ranked lists. So the Jace Excruciator combo seems to be the go-to for Dimir right now, and for a very good reason. Usually Dimir has some, you know, troubles answering like artifacts, enchantments, all of this weird clutter that isn't a creature that can just die to go for the throat. And in time it stacks to the point where you cannot control the game fully very often. It depends on your build, but it's always the main like hardship of playing Dimir. You need to always manage every threat perfectly, and with this kind of deck you don't really have to, because the best way to, you know, manage threats, as Mono Red is teaching us, is to kill a player that uses them, so the game ends. And this is exactly the approach for this control. We just finish the game in such a sharp and decisive manner that our opponent just has to kill us in time. He cannot linger and hope that something sticks at some point during the game. And I think this is a huge power of the deck. This is probably why all the control decks right now play this combo. And yeah, I really like it myself. So I think this is a good decisive way. And every deck that doesn't play counter spells does not really have counterplay. They cannot defend against it. And I think that's the huge part of success of Dimir right now, just because there are so few decks that play counter spells. It's very hard to play control right now. Most of the decks are different aggro versions of different decks, or some, you know, weird overlord shenanigans, and then we can punish them for not having counter spells, and Dimir thrives. Alright, so before we go into the rest of the deck, because there's more, a huge thank you to our amazing patrons for allowing all of this magic to happen. Really thank you guys for just caring and, you know, doing your best to support the channel. It is really appreciated. And one of the cards I didn't super enjoy was Drag the Canal. Like, I'm a huge fan of this card, alright, but I can never get value from this. So yeah, you have seen that in one of the games it lingered in our hand, didn't do much, and I think if there's something I would remove, probably this. Maybe at Eclipse. Eclipse is always like hit or miss. Either it wins you the game on the spot, or it just sits there doing nothing and you wish you could cycle it. However, you can cycle it with 3 steps ahead, so it doesn't hurt as much. Yeah, Intrude on the Mind was nice card. You have seen the power of this when we actually hit 2 win cons and we just split one win con on one pile and the second one on the second pile. It was like, well, which one you want to, you know, die to? And our opponent is, I want to die to Jace, not the demon. And we were, okay, sure. One of the things about this deck is that every single mana here is black. So that means you will always cast Excruciator on turn 6. Of course, you have some tap lands, but that's a given. Like, we're after all playing 2-core deck, and like, at least we need to tap those lands. But this is very consistent. In the previous version we showcased, we played 3 islands, if I recall. And yeah, sometimes it makes your Doomsday Excruciator on turn 7. So yeah, I personally didn't mind it, but this is definitely more consistent on just going for this insane plan of closing the game on turn 6 as a control deck, which is nice. And by the way, these figures in the games I've played today would be better. So I personally would probably switch cutdowns to these figures, maybe add 2 cutdowns in the sideboard, so I would like switch them basically. And yeah, that's something I wanted to mention. So yeah, honestly, I think that's it for today. I don't want to overdo it. Dimir is as always amazing, and this is probably one of the best ways to play Dimir control. It's slick, it's fast, it feels like a full control deck with a very sharp win con. So yeah, that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching, and see you tomorrow.